Hi kids, this is Linda. I usually do your crafts at VBS, but this year we have gone virtual. My helper this year is Lori Nelson, and you will be seeing her hands do everything. And we will start with day one, the older kids. First of all, I will tell you what you will get in your kit for day one. The first project is a welcome mat that you will be painting or stenciling on. It is, you will be stenciling, God bless our home. And in your kit you will get the mat and your own set of stencils, the paintbrush, a container of paint. Everybody's container will look a little different. And I want you to be sure to wear an old shirt or an apron, and please put down some newspapers or even do it outside because you could make a mess. And be sure to clean up afterwards so your parents don't have to. Okay, let's begin with, I'm going to instruct Lori how to do it. As you can see, we have done the first two letters. Now, we got those a little crowded, so that was my mistake, because this mat is a little smaller than the one you'll be using, but so to fit it on there, we had to go a little crowded. But we want to be sure to remind you not to do the top of the stencil itself, but to use the top of the letter, because each of the mats have a straight line across them. Use those lines to keep your letters straight. So the top of now we're going to use the D for God and use that straight. And then open your paint. And take your brush and dip it. I want to stir just a little bit if there's a little skin on top or anything. There you go. Okay. Now, hold down your stencil, and you might want to use some tape to hold down your stencil. That might be a good idea too. We haven't done that, but Lori's just going to demonstrate how to do it. And now don't paint, but dab. Just dab on your stencil and make sure you cover all the way down. You'll get it on your stencil, and that's okay. Make sure you get plenty of paint on there. The rug will soak it in some, so you will use a goodly amount of paint. And you will get it on your fingers, but it's latex, so it will wash off. And your brush, if you try to paint it, your brush will wear out really fast. But if you dab it, your brush will last through the whole project very well. And that's one thing nice about a disposable brush. You can just throw it away afterwards. If you want to save your stencils to do another one someday, you can just lay them out separately, let the paint dry on them, and they're totally reusable. And now if you lift the stencil, you have the D. See how neat that ends up being? Now she can do the B. There is, yeah, we set it at an angle, but you don't have to do that on yours. Lay out your letters to see how you think it will work. We thought that the bless wouldn't fit very well because there'll be another S over here. So, you know, we have to do the S twice, and we thought that would be too crowded. So we moved them down and moved it over closer to the D. If you move it over closer to the, you can move it over closer to the D here. Then you can fit the S on too. So we thought with two S's. So we'll let Lori go ahead and do the B, and you can show them. Lori's doing such a nice job demonstrating this craft for you. We did this craft several years ago, and I know that some of my grandkids that were old enough that have graduated out of VBS now did this, and their mom is they're still using this this welcome mat at their door. This is something your family can enjoy for years. The bee turned out beautifully. Now line that up with the top of the letter, with the tops of the letters. Make sure on those lines. It's kind of a fun project. The mats aren't very expensive. You can actually, this one I picked up at Dollar Tree, but it's a little small. The ones that are bigger that I got for you guys to do, I think I got at either Walmart or Menards, and I think they were like maybe $3, and you can stencil anything on them. You can stencil flowers on them, or corner designs you can make. And it's a fun project to make for Mother's Day, or just a gift for them for Christmas, or anything that you've made yourself. We'll let her do the bless so you can see how she will fit in the S twice. And there's several letters that you'll have to use a couple times, like the O from God, and then for you'll have to use it in the hour, and then you'll have to use it in the home too. And the E you'll have to use in home. See, she's lined it up so well that she has plenty of room for the other S. That worked out really well. I think that's going to look really nice. There may be different colors of paint in your, it'll always be a lighter color paint though, because those show up best on these. And Lori did a beautiful job with that. And then we staggered the hour too to make room for all of that. So we won't need to finish that for this time, but we wanted you to see what your project will be. Remember to wash everything, clean up when you get done. You can seal your paint, put the lid back on when you get done. If you're not finishing it up all at once, if you have to stop in the middle, be sure to wash out your brush in just some water. It'll clean up very nice, and then you'll be able to use it again. Otherwise, it will get hard and you won't be able to use it again. Be sure to seal your paint back up, and you can come back to your project if you need to later. And lay your stencils separately so they don't stick together when the paint dries on them. Otherwise, they'll all stick together and you'll kind of, they'll come apart eventually, but they could rip a little bit. So I want to thank you, and we will see you again tomorrow for another craft.